There we go. I think I'm on. Do you hear me?
I can hear you.
There we go. I can hear you. I can't see you.
Yeah.
There. Oh, shit. You're all grainy. Oh, shit. You or me?
It's probably you.
Blame me, but that's all right. I can live with it. Okay. Let me get this open. Gonna have to wing it to remember from where we were from last time.
That's the challenge. It's been a little while.
Yeah, it's all right. We can do this. You get to do some AI shit today. You don't have to code it, but you can co-pilot. You can be the co-pilot through Copilot. What did you just do? Oh shit.
No, I'm trying to press buttons, do things, figure out how to stage this next time. We're real rookies at this.
Yeah, I know. It's all right.
Because it's all technically live. It's on the air.
We're already up.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, well, are we putting an announcement out? Jeez. So this is already recording.
It's already going to YouTube. I figured if anybody actually happens to subscribe on YouTube, that they would see it.
All right. Well, do you want me to put out an announcement then?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, we're going real.
I'm gonna send it to. Can I? Oh, I can't. I can't once it's started. I can't send it to another source after it started.
Our heads up app. Do you know what the YouTube link is?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Whatever is it? Here, let me send it over.
Right. Yeah, there's our grumpy bots. Oh, you did more with that link. Oh, look at that.
What did I do?
I don't know. It looks fancier. Did YouTube do that or did you do that?
Do what? The screen, the cover
yeah, the
little
image? Fancy.
Yeah, no, that's what people see right now. I'm gonna remove it though now. Now people will see everything.
All right, there we go. Post it on that. Let's post it on the Blue Sky.
Oh, I'm on a new machine, so I don't have all my apps installed.
What's that?
I don't have all my apps installed. I'm on my new machine. I haven't I'm like, oh, you know, every time you go to use something, it's like, oh yeah, that thing.
Got that thing. Let's see. Post on here. So do that. We're so planned.
Oh yeah.
It's a good thing we're experienced at this.
Totally
I can wing it.
Totally not winging it ever. Always.
The live stream. Come on, you can do that.
You can skip ahead if you watch it after the fact, right?
Yeah, there we go.
Madness.
All right. So I think I got that. I've posted. We're good. So I'm going to share my screen.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
So yeah, where? Oh, I can get rid of it's not starting soon anymore. It is starting now.
Okay, so now we're live.
I mean, we were before.
Okay, well, do you want to do your usual radio? Do you practice your radio announcer? Come on.
No.
Why?
Because it's already started. It's happening. Have you know they're doing the whole time conversation? When is now or whatever.
Am I going to go down a peg if I say I never watched Spaceballs because I never cared for it?
What?
I know.
I don't know if I can be here right now.
I know. I actually don't feel that guilty, but I know
you should. It's inexcusable. That's terrible.
All right. So we were working on this heads up clone. So for those that weren't following, that's the thing. It's a game where the player or I don't know who's the guy who's it. holds the phone up to their head, and it'll say like a random title of some sort of category, right? So like I keep using Disney princesses because that's what I did with my kids when we were in well, Disney World, obviously. And so like it'll put like Princess Jasmine. So you'd be like, it's got a genie in it or something. And they would try and say Princess Jasmine. And if so, a couple cool things and why we're doing this in .NET MAUI is because you can do speech to text. So we can listen for it to say Princess Jasmine. And then that's a, hey, ding, you get a point. Or we can do accelerometer. So you flip down to say, you know, yes, you were correct. And you flip up to pass. So like if they give you some random character that you're like, I have no idea who the hell it is, you could pass. Like that happens all the time to me. I don't know about you.
Does the pass, do you have to come back to, like, do you have, I forget, do you have so many and then like you pass, but then when you go through the rest and you're, you know, still going, you have to come back to the one you passed? Or
I don't think so. I've never had that happen. It just keeps like going, but you only get like, I don't know, each round's about a minute or two.
Yeah. So you're wasting time if you're not like right away, like pass, if you know you're not going to get it.
So it's doing this countdown. And then as you get towards the end, so there's all this wild features, and I've kind of listed in the README, and we'll put the link to the GitHub repo as we're working through this. But kind of some of the other cool things it does is because you've got this on your head, the front camera can be recording the audience, giving you the hints. So if they're looking at you like, are you stupid? Which, you know, my kids look at me like I'm stupid all the time, right? So it's great to get a recording of that, and then you can play it back, right? So that's another great feature. And then last but not least, because I love all the hardware stuff, is as the timer's ticking out, it kind of vibrates to let you know, hey, you've got like 10 seconds left. Figure it out. So we can do all this wild stuff with this app, and we don't need any third party. We don't need, I guess we do need some. We probably need the community toolkit, which we had already discussed.
Yeah.
But we can build almost all this stuff out with, you know, what's in the box. So I think last time we had started a frame of this app.
You're gonna have to bump up your resolution.
It's
too small. It's too small. Although this week it doesn't seem as, I mean, as long as you're not going too much in like the file area and stuff, it'll be fine.
Yeah, it doesn't that doesn't get bigger anyways.
No,
but people only really need to see what's on screen, right? You can read it, right, John?
Right. I can read it now. Yeah. Now it's readable.
Okay. There was one other thing. Oh yeah, if we don't include AI, we're pretty much behind, right? So I think the other thing we were going to do, so John's going to be co-pilot because he says he can't code and talk at the same time.
No, I can't.
Or I'm kind of used to it. That's one of my jives is I got to talk and code. I'm going to make stupid mistakes. So, but that's fine. John will read me out and make fun of me as he does.
Our powers combined.
Right. So, but he gets to be the co-pilot that does the co-pilot. So we have to do AI. And what our thinking is that we can say, hey, Mr. AI, give us, you know, Disney princesses. Give us like 20 Disney princesses. Give it to us in structured data, like string delimited or like comma delimited array or something. We can parse that out, and that's kind of our group. And what that should do is actually open us up to a ton of categories without really having to work for it. I mean, hell, the player could even type in like, you know, give me the top 10 NFL quarterbacks or something stupid like that, and literally invent their own category. So we could make this pretty cool, depending on how far we choose to go. So did I cover all of it? I got to say AI. We did AI. We're doing hardware stuff, which is what I like. We've got to do the AI. We've got to do the UI at some point. Now I'm not UI, so I'll probably defer that to John at some point. You can code UI, right?
Well, I can tell you when it doesn't look nice.
Oh, yeah, I know. So you're gonna be like, that looks like butt, fix it, right?
I mean, it'll just use Copilot to help us.
Well, so the other thing is it doesn't have to look like much, but we need to have the timer up, and then we have to have the answer in size huge, right? Because, you know, John already complained he couldn't see my writing on my screen. So like the phone's got to have like Princess Jasmine pretty big, because as we age, we don't see the phone as well. So, so that's kind of the things. And then we have to make it go, you know, green when it's right, yellow to pass. And then I don't know, something when it's just the answer up. So whole whack of stuff to do. So last time we started to frame this project out, because that's what I like to do, start making all the services that we need. Now I had done gesture detection.
Mm-hmm.
And that was going to be for like, hey, did you ding or did you not ding? But I think, I had a chance to think about it. So let me bring up our README. So we've got a roadmap of all the things we need to do. AI generated for questions. So success and pass. So this is really the thing that I had started on, was the success or pass. So something that people don't do a lot of is kind of like the plugin style dependency injection. So what I wanted to do was actually, we started on that gesture detection, but I think I want to make this more generic, because I like to build services as more towards the business of what we're trying to accomplish, as in less towards the tech.
Right.
That makes sense. Am I talking gibberish?
No, I think so. So like we want to detect stuff that's happening gesturized in the app, right? So you don't want to say I want an eye accelerometer service necessarily.
Right. So I was going to call this the success, the eye good or pass. What are we doing here? What are we going to call this?
Are you going to do multiple services for each? Are you going to?
Yes.
Okay.
Eye success pass. Detector. I don't know. Let's call it something nice. I hate calling everything service.
Yeah.
It's not really a service.
Well, it's kind of like adding async to everything. It's like, at some point, do you really need?
There's people that'll die on that mountain. I hate it. It's like, do you like carpal tunnel? Keep typing async after everything then.
And I'm probably piss off everyone because I kind of mix it.
You do that just to get everybody's attention, huh?
Yeah, that's why. Yeah,
definitely. All right. So where did I put this? I had a success. So I have a gesture type. So pass correct. It looks like I had kind of started it, but it's not really a gesture. So let's put our enum and call it pass or correct. The pass correct service. See, I called it wrong. Pass or success. And then we'll use this enum. We'll call it, I don't know. What's our enum name? Come on, John, help me out.
I mean, is it just like,
answer type?
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Like outcome or something, but yeah, answer. I like it.
Oh, yeah, okay. Outcome is good too. So answer detected. So then what we can do is we have the sensor gesture. I'm going to blow that service away because I had already started on it. Gesture detection thing. Let's get rid of this piece of junk. And we're going to call this our success pass, our sensor success pass detector. Sounds awful. Who cares? We know what it does. And then we're going to do, didn't rename it. Let's rename it.
Yeah, so you're basically, following the pattern of the service definition doesn't care about any accelerometer or anything, but then your implementation can be kind of more specifically named of how it's going to work.
Correct. You notice I'm not injecting the eye accelerometer either. You guys already do that.
Mm-hmm.
Can't really unit test this directly. So,
I mean, we've had that. We had that argument so many times over the years because it's it's like, well, do you unit test, the file.open in the framework? No. Okay. Then consider this stuff part of the framework. If it's buggy, it's buggy. And that's our, something we have to fix. It's not something you are testing and fixing.
Exactly. All right. So we've got and then the other one we have is our speech to text. What do I call this again? Success pass detector. And then I think we were going to pull this guy. The implementation we wanted of this guy was from Community Toolkit, correct? I think it's the Community Toolkit that's got that.
So what's this for? Are we?
So
so we all also listen and we can say like pass.
Yeah, we've got to do both of them. Okay. So we got to have them both running at the same time. So when we get to our game view model, we'll pass in an eye enumerable of these eye success pass detectors.
For any of them.
Right. And the first one that we get, right, we'll listen on both. we'll change this into some sort of async later. It's easier to do it as an event. And then the first one that comes in, we're like, that's the answer. Great, ding. And then we should record it as a score.
Yeah, and then some person in line in front of you is yelling pass while you're playing.
Well, I mean that's what did that happen to you at Disney?
No, I mean, there's plenty of other cases where people are not human beings, but that wasn't one of them.
And I spelled detector wrong. Great job. Hey, there we go. Now everything's ticked off.
You need a spelling detector.
Yeah, I know. I expected you to just be sitting on me going, "Hey, dude, what are you typing? What's this gibberish stuff?" So now, we've got the media. You've got speech to text. See, I didn't even need this. It was in Community Toolkit. So we'll do this. I'll bring this guy over, and our speech to text guy is going to be this. Let's go speech to text. And then, of course, it's not happy. Figure it out. And we'll say,
I don't think I realized that one was in the Community Toolkit. That's fine.
Yeah, they added it recently. I used to have something like this in Shiny, and I was like, if you guys are going to implement it, I'm going to take mine out. I don't want to implement it too. So they took it, and I am just fine with that. All right, so now we've got this ready for later. We'll probably have to have a start and stop at some point, but we'll get to that when we get to that. At least now we know, hey, this is the two detectors we want to have to come in. I think we start. Oh yeah, we did start on our AI service, our question service, and I called it service, of course, but there it is. I think you are the game host of Heads Up. And then we said, give me a list of X answers. I didn't tell it how to structure it, but that's something we can come up with later.
Yeah, I mean, we can.
Oh, I did. Single comma.
It is, but separated. That might still, depending on the model that gets used.
Yeah, we'll have to.
Be weird.
We can look at unit testing this because I know that's a question that comes up a lot. Is how do we unit test this stuff? Well, it's not hard. You just got to do a little bit extra work. So now we've got that. So I'm going to register our singleton. I really named this bad, but whatever. We know what it does. Does that count? Sensor success pass detector. I still didn't name this right. Look at that. Detector. Thank you. And it's not happy about something, but we'll figure that out. And there. And then AI is helping me out. Look at AI go nuts.
Yeah.
It's wrong, but
yeah, but often enough it's for me, I've found it's right. And yeah, sometimes now I'm like, I could probably type the thing about as, in the same time maybe as it's going to take for you to prompt to do it, but I don't really want to.
It's right enough.
Well, or it's completely right, and I'm just going to wait because I know you're going to come. When you're like repeating stuff, and you're like, just give it a second. It's going to suggest the right thing. I don't want to start typing.
Now I use Rider. You know what I usually need to do is I usually need to hit space before it's like, hey, yeah, that's a great idea. Today I'm not. I don't know why. AI is just showing me up, but you never know.
So I'm kind of iterating on the prompt for the princesses in the, while you're doing this.
Okay.
And, it's gonna be interesting. The hallucinations are very strong.
What do you mean?
Well, I don't know who. I don't even. Most of these are okay. There's a Queen Narissa or an Atta? I don't know if these are real princesses. that might make this really challenging in the game.
Well, that's the funny thing too. I find AI sometimes just makes shit up. Like,
oh yeah. I mean,
like, dude,
you expect that to an extent, but like when it's like, no, like Disney princesses. I wonder if there's some kind of copyright, property stuff going on in the response. Although I got some of them.
So normally what I do is I open up Copilot, right? Like I actually open up the Copilot app, and that's where I start.
Yeah, I mean, I'm using ChatGPT, the app.
Okay, same thing. Same stuff, same different pile, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a bit concerning. I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
It's a bit of a problem.
Now we are going to inject our AI configuration in here at some point with like secrets. don't use our secret. We won't check it in. Maybe I'll do something to hide that. But don't do that in your normal app.
Can we, I got to pause there because we just got to make sure that everybody, and I'm going to say this every time that we like look at the code, is that everybody who's looking at this, don't do this in your app. Like we're going to put it right in the app, like the API call, right? Like you're not building a backend for it, are you?
Yeah, backend. This is going to run live. No backend.
Yeah. So like, don't ever do that. Basically, is the advice. Like you should never, ever, 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 ever do that.
Unless you have an infinite bank account.
Well, yeah.
And you just let the token run wild.
Yeah.
Now we could also try. So Frank Krueger brought out that that cross intelligence, and I know Matthew was starting. Matthew Leibowitz.
Yep.
So that's going to use the Apple Intelligence model and the Google one. Now I have tested the Apple Intelligence model. It's not very intelligent. It doesn't have access to a lot of data. So, but we could toy with it. I mean, worth a try. But I think we'll probably end up, for the sake of our app, using OpenAI, and then we'll build the key in for now and whatever. John's got an angry dog in the back.
Yeah, always.
All right. So we've got our detectors. I think we started on a list of these things. Yeah, so we were going to give it some game categories to start. And then we were going to list it in our collection. So we actually made a fair bit of progress on the first day. We're probably going to want like our past results here too, but for now, I think this will be sufficient, right?
Yeah, let's get the game working, right?
Yes. Now, the next thing I want to do is I want to have some sort of game context. Now, I'm going to abstract this, probably as this is the one I didn't need to do. You could easily put this in your view model. But one of the things I like to do is kind of break this out, because people tend to put too much stuff in their view model.
Well, I think the thing here too, like you mentioned, eventually showing past results, right? So now we've got the context potentially as an easy way to kind of serialize out eventually.
Potentially, or we can just do it here, right? So
yeah.
Current question.
That's what I mean. Like to kind of muddle that in with your view model gets kind of, I don't know, that doesn't feel right. So I'm supportive of the game context.
If it's not correct, it's passed. So if correct, answers out of the score, else it was passed. And we could also have we could either pass in, tell this service, here's your list of answers, or we could have it work with the AI service. I think we'll pass it in. So we'll say current category. And
yeah, that way you could always, maybe at some point you want to like a built-in list of stuff that comes from not an AI source, right?
Right. So we'll do set category and string answers. I'm also going to give this an ID, but we'll come back to what that is. So this is, or start game. We'll do start game, and we'll do end game. And then, so what'll happen is we'll put the implementation in here. This will keep all the stuff. So start game will obviously initialize everything. It'll set the first question. It'll set the category. And then we might have our SQLite database sitting here. We might use the AI, the ID, sorry, to, serialize or name out our video that we're going to take. Mm-hmm. But the whole point is that I don't like working with SQLite directly. I know a lot of people go, well, that's kind of dumb because it's, you're over abstracting, but we're really not. The idea here is to, I'm abstracting our business. I'm not abstracting the tech. And I think that that's where a lot of companies tend to go wrong, is they're so busy dealing with, hey, we've got to get this, the Bluetooth service is obviously one I see all the time. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, so you've put a Bluetooth service on top of the shiny Bluetooth service, which is on top of the platforms. It's like, okay, Like let's not do that.
Yeah, and I think there's also a difference between, you know, because like I don't think people should get the wrong impression that you really are gonna like waste time trying to like make the perfect architecture or anything, right? But it's kind
Right.
of that balance of like just try to separate out the business stuff, and the implementation side of it, you know, kind of comes later. Because I also generally don't love when people are like super, you know, strict on patterns and like building up this whole, you know, stuff around and ceremony around things, when it's like, no, I want to get stuff done at some point, right?
Right.
But I think there's a balance to be had.
But one of the things is if you're working in a team, and you're able to kind of break off portions of your work, right? Like for instance, Maui's great in the sense that, you know, somebody can be designing the XAML and making it and just putting the binding points in. Yes, I can be working on the view model, but sometimes, you know, if you've got good separation, I can be building this game service that's going to do all the counts. It's going to store it in SQLite. It's going to do all those great things. And I don't have to worry about, you know, any of the implementation. Like I'll be able to unit test this, and then whoever wants to call it can deal with that. So that's where I'm coming from.
Yeah, and
And
I don't mean that kind of stuff as much as like, you know, the cases where people are like, oh, I'm gonna create my own like abstraction over the database so that I can swap out backends of the database type, and then I have,
yeah,
you know, my abstraction over the data service to access that database abstraction layer, and then I have like it's that kind of
yeah,
level that, you know, you see too often.
right. And that's unfortunately what you see far too often, right? Is the, you know, some repository pattern. I hate repository patterns. I do get why they exist. But the other thing is, I mean, there's really only one data source that's really truly reliable on mobile. I
Yeah.
mean, it's SQLite. There's really nothing else, right? So that being the case, all right. So I didn't pass an array. So let's go back to so we need an array of answers, right? Should we do this clever and just be modern? Do modern C#, right, John?
Yeah, I mean,
Why not?
that works.
Sure.
But maybe no params.
You don't like the params? Okay, well then I'll
Do
do
you do
string
you
array.
oh, does that work with enumerables now properly?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's kind of the new thing. But you know what? I'll leave it as an array because then I don't need to get the warning because I know people freak out about warnings too. Like, hey, you know, you can't enumerate over it twice. Well,
Yeah.
fine, whatever. All right, so we have a SQLite connection. We can store models here. I'm going to bring that in just because it deals with our path. This platform, this is an injection just from Shiny. We don't need to worry about it right now. It's just to get the full path, which we could do from file system as well. Why don't we do that? Let's get rid of Shiny. I'm not married to Shiny. App data directory. Now,
So
make it
the
a little
SQLite
bit harder.
you're doing is that is this Frank's thing, or is this
This is, yeah, this is
okay?
SQLite Net PCL.
Which gives you like, you know, the flexibility of not having to like write
Yeah,
SQL queries and stuff, right?
yep. But you still can.
Yep.
That's one of the cool points about it.
Yeah.
So I'm
No,
going to go back
I
to this
think
guy.
the only time I think I ran into issues trying to use it because I remember, because my data models are at the wrong level in terms of using his stuff for them, and there was no way to like customize how you don't. I think you had to derive from his types to do it or something like that.
Hmm. All right.
I tried, but because I share all of that stuff between Blazor and other things, it didn't go well.
All right. Well, it should go well for this game. That's the
Yes.
hope, right?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to store our answers. So I know John's going to blow up in a second because he's going to hate the way I do this, but that's fine. He'll live, right? So I like this. I do this. I know people hate that, but sorry, I've been around for such a long time. Scope was just one of those things that I've lived with. It's going to complain. So we've got that. We're going to store the current category. we'd probably start storing the database. So I injected the SQLite connection here to the game context because I think when we do endgame, that's when I'll store like the video, the all the questions, the ones we got right, because I'm not going to record all the answers. I'm just going to record the answers we got to, right?
Mhm.
So I'll say, hey, you got to this one. You didn't finish it per se, but you got to it. So that might be where I wrap everything up. And I'll put a whole bunch of to-dos here. So what's that?
I just have to laugh a bit because the we're talking about like SQLite's the only database on mobile, and then just the way that your MySQLite connection is.
Right. So I am going to, you're right. You're totally right. The difference is that I'm not dealing like SQLite's going to do the work of storing it.
No.
Oh.
I'm fine. I'm just laughing at it's like MySQL is like the name I see. I'm like, what? Oh, yeah, right. No, it's your SQLite. It's not MySQL.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
I get where you're going.
Sorry.
Yeah. You're confusing me up here, John. All right. So we've got our answers. I'm going to set the ID of this game to a new GUID. We've got our answers. We're at question number 1. And what else am I missing here? The current question. Let's set the current question to here. I wonder if I could just do, instead of trying to store the current question, I'll just do the index of the, no, that'll crash. We'll just do this smart. So we'll do current question equals to the answers, this dot answers now of 0. Now we'll have to check for some overflows later. Not a big deal for now. Store to SQLite. So come back to that. We're also going to have to set up the current question here. So when we get it, so when we get the answer right, we got to move forward.
Mm-hmm.
Do this dot answers.
Why are we? I guess it's okay. Never mind.
What am I doing?
Well, it's just it's weird because like the question and the answer are the same, right?
So what I want to do is I want to move this forward. So later we could have this service be a little even more intelligent, deal with AI or deal with the categories. The reason I'm not just saying, hey, do this up in the setter is because it's not set, like the answers isn't set until we pass it a category
I
and
just
answer.
mean
So
the terminology of it, right? Like the question is the answer.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Right.
You're okay. There we go. Good point.
I don't know if we just call it questions instead then.
Or, we could. It's answers to the. Yeah, I don't really know what we should call it.
Because current question kind of feels weird when you assign it an answer.
You are very right. Current answer.
Thank you.
There we go. Did I fix your OCD, John?
Yeah. Yes.
All right. Awesome.
My brain is happy.
All right. So we're going to set our answer number, our current answer. Then we're going to go into our list or group of answers. The next one gets set. We'll have to store the state. So we'll have to have some sort of like running array, store state of answer. And technically, we're always going to do this. We're always going to move forward. Doesn't matter if it's correct or not. Right?
Yeah.
So AI was wrong. It was wrong. It went the wrong way. And we always want to store the state of the answer.
Do we want to use the enum that we're using in the other spot instead of like to mark the answer? Is it pass or?
We could share it. And that's probably not a bad idea either.
Just to keep it consistent.
Yeah, and then we'll share that guy. I love how, didn't we have that conversation a while ago? Do you remember our conversation about enums? We call it enums. I call it enum still.
I'm enum. I don't know when I switched.
I think I was making fun of you, and I was like, dude, why are you saying that?
It's not enumeration.
Yeah, I know. We did have that conversation.
But there's like just as many other things that you could say like, well, it's not this, even though everyone calls it the other thing.
This is the things John and I debate.
Yeah,
just say.
I'm gonna lean into it when it works in my favor, of course. In my favor is spelled with an OU.
Well, that's the thing. Why did they call it? Is it enumerator? I don't know.
Enumerator.
It is a numerator, and that's
Yeah.
what I've always called it. So I'm just screwing myself up now. All right. So we've got answer number, current category. We could mark these as nullable, but forget it. It's going to be set with the game starting.
Yeah. Somebody will complain at the warnings there.
Whatever.
But that's fine.
That's I can live with that. We know we need to do SQLite. We won't worry about that now. We know we need to do answers. Let's do this array. So we get this over with. So we're gonna have to store the answer.
Yeah, you gotta switch the correct thing there to the enum.
Oh yes, we were gonna do that, weren't we? Okay, fine. Game context. So I'm gonna switch this guy. We can get rid of it's self-documenting, right?
Mm-hmm.
I hate that. We shouldn't do that, but for this one we will. Answer type. Answer type. All right. Here we go. I'm going to bring this over. And was that mark answer? Great. So now what I have to do.
Mark's answer.
What?
Sorry. No, I've been, the kids are home for the summer. Too many bad jokes.
John's going crazy. All right. So we need to have a list of, let's do a tuple. Let's just do string answer. And then the answer type. Because then I don't have to create another one. Do the history. The goal isn't to share this per se.
So you're okay with the tuple if you're not making it public.
Yeah.
In the list.
You know, they're not bad to share around because you can name tuples now.
Name them, I know, but it's just like it's one of those things that eventually you might be replacing it anyway. So like start with a record if you're gonna do it.
Fair. All right, so I'm gonna have that always newed up. So I'm just gonna clear it every time because this guy is going to be a singleton. So now what we're going to do is history.add. And that probably before we move forward, I want to store the current answer. Great. And the answer type.
And we're okay because we're, value types here, right?
Yeah. Don't need to worry about anything here.
No.
What are you worried about?
Nothing.
All right. So we've got that. We don't need to. So we've stored the state. We moved the answer forward. Again, we can check if we've got enough answers here later, but I think our general plan was we're just going to make like 20 answers, which, I mean, if you can get through that in a minute, great for you.
Yeah.
We'll just blow up the app. You blew up the app. That's your prize. You blew up the app.
You crashed.
So we'll deal with that when we get to it. And then last but not least, when we've got the finish here, the end of the game, that's when I think we want to store everything. So we'll put it to, we'll store the ID. We'll store the answers we could store it as just a JSON object in the database. I don't know. We'll figure it out when we get there. What else we got to store? We only want to store the state. So we'll store the history because if we were given 20 answers, I don't care about what we didn't actually get to. So I only have to worry about storing this guy, the ID, like of the game, maybe a timestamp of when the game started, and voila. Beautiful. So we've got our game context. We'll store that as a singleton. I was starting to do that. There was a library one of my libraries I was showing off. Maybe I'll just start using it. Let's be cheap. Do our singleton. So I can stop this stuff, right?
Yeah. No, that is nice. I mean,
yeah, let's do it.
Once you get enough stuff in there, it's like,
yeah, it's messy.
Then you forget, and then you find out real quick, but it's kind of annoying. And
you go in, you're like, what if I only registered one of these? And the speech is like, hey, it's not working. Dude, you didn't register it. We registered the other one, but we didn't register this one. So now I've marked these just to show everybody that there's a source generator. Great. So it put in our two success pass detectors It put in our SQLite connection, and now it's put in that game context. So it just saves that boilerplate. I don't know. Maybe I just like less typing. I'm also like big on source generators now. Everything should be source generated, which is partly John's fault because he's like, everything needs to be OT, man. Does this say OT?
Yeah.
Does this say OT?
Yeah.
It's like the first question he asks me every time.
T-shirt idea. I've been thinking of T-shirt ideas today for some reason.
Alan, did you AOT this?
Yeah. Do you even AOT?
Bro, do you even AOT? That's awesome.
I think we need to start a T-shirt store. The other one that I would today, I'm like, you know, I just want a T-shirt that I don't know what the graphic's gonna look like yet, but it's just gonna be "Oh Llama Farmer."
This is Jesus, man.
Yeah.
I could think of some nerdy ones for like dependency injection. Bro, why did you transient that thing? Right? I see that all the time. Don't transient. That's probably far too nerdy, right?
Yeah.
I like the bro. Do you even AOT? That's good. That's an appropriate shirt for you, John.
It is.
All right. So we got our question service. Did I register this guy too? Let's go to our AI question service. I didn't mark him. Now we are going to have to mark so when we bring in the OpenAI, they've got that kind of weird AI registration pattern that they use because you got to configure the key, then you got to configure the service type. So that will have to do. Big deal. And we can register that after or now.
Yeah, I mean you can stick it in some extension method so that it's like kind of clean and you can swap it out to the server when you do the real version.
So I'm going to do the secrets thing now, just so we know what the heck we're going to do. So there's a couple ways you can go about it, or there's a couple of ways I go about it. Is obviously you don't want that key in here. You don't want to share it with the general audience in GitHub. But further to that, again, like John and I have been saying, don't do OpenAI directly from your mobile app, please.
Yeah, and to be clear, the reason is, and it's the same. I've had this argument in the past with authentication too, where people were like, "Oh, I don't want to have to stand up a server in the middle because I want to do auth rate from my app. So I'm going to stick the client secret in my app. I'm going to obfuscate it. I'm going to do something fun with it and make it hard to read." It's like, yeah, if something is in your app, it's not private anymore. And so like if you stick your OpenAI or whatever API key in your app, even if it's like, so that, yeah, the other one is like, well, yeah, but I'm using like .NET secrets. It's like, no. That's cool for like development, but those secrets still get built into the app, right? So if it's in the app, it's public, and if somebody gets your OpenAI API key, and you don't, especially if you don't have like spending limits and stuff on it, they could just do some damage, right?
Right.
And that's something that, especially for like OpenAI and LLM stuff, people are looking for those keys to find and exploit, like to see them checked in or find an app that they can, what's the word I'm looking for?
De-obfuscate.
Yeah. Or just crack open and somehow like look for the strings and find them, because that means that they can go start running all sorts of AI calls against it. So
because
that's a hot space.
It's so expensive to run AI, right? Like it really is. People don't get unless you've really started running these services in production. They cost a fortune, man. So don't kill yourself.
Yeah, that's just a bad idea.
There's a couple ways. So I have a configuration library. We can put this in app settings if you want, whatever. But generally what people are doing, especially with mobile apps and stuff, right, is I usually do it with like a constant. You can do it with a configuration library. That's probably better because then you can pick up remote configuration to bring these keys in, whatever. What I generally tend to do during my CI phase is I've got there's kind of a reusable script with GitHub or Azure DevOps or whatever the heck you're using. You can go ahead and it'll parse these in before you compile so that your key, which again, don't use, can be put in here. But there are going to be keys you're going to put in your app that aren't like
some that are safe. Like there's that happens. Like like my revenue cat stuff, right? Like there's like a
Yeah,
client key, and that's expected, but that key only allows certain operations that make sense to happen right from the client.
right. So I may end up putting, um, I don't know, API URL. That's a common one, right? You're gonna stick that in
Yep.
here. Again, you want to do app settings JSON. That's probably good, or an in-memory collection with the configuration extensions. That's good. In this case, let's just make it nice and stupid easy. So we'll plug something in here later, like a debug value, and then we'll just kill the key while we're testing. Or I'll build this in, and before I check it in, I'll kill the key. Whatever. We'll figure it out when we get there. And then we've got to register that Microsoft extensions, which I always have fun trying to remember. How the hell do you do that? Microsoft extensions AI.
That's what you use the Copilot for.
Yeah, it doesn't ever get it right.
The one issue with this one is like the API has changed a few times, and so
Yeah,
like you might get some older version of it, and
that is the problem. See, this is all old llama.
So what you could do is you could go find this page, link it in, and say like, I want you to do this for me. Here's the like most recent docs on how to do it.
Okay, let's get smart then. Let's see where we get here. Let's let AI have a go at it. So I'm using
stick it in an agent first.
Yeah.
Go choose a better model.
I love this model. Sorry, it reset it.
Yeah, no.
Do you remember I was telling you about that?
Yeah,
I like Claude Sonnet.
Yeah, I do too. That one's been great. When you switch agent or switch to agent, it resets the list on you.
Necessary addition to use OpenAI with Microsoft Extensions AI on line 29. Necessary addition or service collection. Registration. Type it out. There we go. Let's see what it tells me.
Did you you didn't paste the link in?
Which link?
I didn't to the docs. I mean, it might.
I was pretty descriptive. It's usually pretty good. Let's give it a second. Now I realize this is small. I don't think I can make this window bigger either. All right. Oh, look at that. See, it went and added the OpenAI. Okay. So I thought I had included that package. I guess we were going to decide what we're going to use. I just use OpenAI because I've got creds with it.
OpenAI one too, right?
So yeah, but Frig, you can never tell. That changes all the time, like all the time. It's like Azure Foundry is the new one. AI Foundry is the cool guy to use. I don't know anymore. I keep losing it. There we go. And it's suggesting GPT-4o mini. I guess we'll see how that goes.
I mean, I think those are still available for API use, but I think like it'll probably be GPT-5 something or other. I don't know. I'm gonna look and see what's out there.
So Constance, I'm gonna switch that up. Accept. So this is the problem with AI. First of all, great comment, but like, dude, did you check it? Did you check it?
Sometimes I like to depending on the extension, sometimes it's getting better at being like, oh, I noticed that there's an error in this. Let me go look at it.
Like, quit making it up. Just look. Oh, you know why? It's because it's stupid. It's like, I use Builder. Well, dude, it's already used. And still, redlined. Come on, guys. Come on, dude. Yeah, that's all wrong.
Did it actually install the package?
It did install the package. It's just being stupid now and it's getting stuck. It's just this is where, a lot of people I know you love, it's great. AI is great, but it will make stuff up. And it is doing that right now.
But yeah, it's kind of I'm a little surprised here.
I'm not at all. This is my daily fight. It helps until it doesn't.
Maybe it knows that it's me and it's you, and it gives us different versions because
You know what? I'm going to steal it out of a different app. I have another app that I can use.
And then probably model wise, I don't know if 4.1 mini is a thing anymore.
Yeah, I'm going to steal out of my other apps.
Well, maybe it still is.
Let's see. Hopefully this screen's not sharing because I have all the keys in it right now. Please don't steal my API keys if you see them. Please don't. It's a bigger solution, so it takes a second to get its stuff together. See, all this to remember, how the heck do I register it? This is why I just make it easy, man. Why did they go with this non-traditional? Well, I guess it is somewhat traditional model.
Yeah, I think the problem is that it has changed a few times, and that has confused a lot of the landscape because you'll find samples that are old, and
I just don't know anymore. All right, so where's my AI registration? Oh, I don't have it in this app. I have it in a different app. This is the day I'm having. There we go. All this just for the registration. There you go. I found it. I found it. I found it. All right, let's bring that over.
I mean, the other thing, like, you can just new up the stuff yourself too, right?
Uh-oh. I think something just errored. I think restart studio. I think the studio is about to crash on me.
Okay. Rejoin. It's because he was not using the Copilot tools properly.
My apologies. I guess the jet engine got going on my.
Then we got 2 Allens.
Oh, good. That's awesome.
See if I can make that one go away. Oh,
Riverside crashed or said frame error, and then I could still hear John for a minute, but it has changed.
Oh,
okay,
there we go.
So
kicked you out. Kicked the old you out.
It didn't quite get this right, but this is from my other app, so I know it works. It just probably got to change the library up a bit. So let's just use our Open API. I've got function invocation, logging.
Your screen isn't sharing anymore. Also.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, that's great. Okay, let me do that. And good. And it should still be size huge for you.
Yep.
Okay, so I know this works. This is out of another app that I've got live. I'm using GPT 4.1, so we don't need to be the coolest guy on the block because it's a little bit cheaper. And it should be intelligent enough for what we need. I'm going to comment this out for now. I know it works, so we will deal with that stuff later.
I think the API has even maybe changed again since. If you look at the docs from Open API, it is a little different again.
This one should be fairly, because this is
I'm looking at it right now, and it's chat client instead of chat or Open AI client.
It's if you're using it directly, but I'm using it through the Microsoft Extensions AI.
Okay.
So this one should be recent because I'm up to date. So unless you're telling me that there's a shiny nougat that I didn't update, it should be like brand spanking new. All right. So we have our game categories. We've got our game context. So our ready page here, I think this is what we were going to do. We were planning to come to a staging area. So the staging area is where we take the category in. So we've navigated here. We start a countdown. And that this will give us a chance to question AI here. Like, hey, AI, go and get me the 20 answers. Load it up. We can build the game context here. Start the countdown. And then go into the actual game. So I think
Yeah,
this is what we were thinking. Does that make sense?
I think so. And so we can do all of the, getting the questions and stuff while the game is loading or counting down. And
Yeah. So we can. So this is like the hey, get ready, put it up to your forehead, you know,
mm-hmm.
and then we start the countdown as soon as we can. We can even. I think the actual game we don't need to do this because I think this is gonna when we're getting overcomplicated. Is when you put the phone up to your head, it's
Oh,
like, hey,
that
the
it.
accelerometer's right. Start the countdown.
Right.
Let's not do that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I agree.
how much are we going to do? All right.
Yeah.
So I've got a navigation service here. I've got our chat client, which I'm going to hide because we've got our question service now, which is
So
slightly better.
just time check too. We're running up on an hour, so
Okay, so
we probably want to find a nice
all right.
point.
So we've got our question service. This is to abstract. The reason we've got a question service, again, I hate the word service. This should be an answer service, John. Why don't you correct me?
Yeah, it should.
So this guy, we want to put our prompts and we want to put all the storage and stuff behind something so that we can kind of frame out how we want to deal with that stuff. So that's why we have it. I'm going to mark this as an eye on appearing. What did I call this? I'll come back to it. There's like a on appearing. What's the heck's the name of the iPage lifecycle where? No, now AI helps me out. Thanks. So this is just something for the view models that we can use. So when we get here, we're going to ask our question service. Get me questions, which yes, I will fix that, John. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'll get there. And we're going to use the category. And I don't know. Maybe we should put a constant of this for now. And then probably after we get this service done, we can call it a day and continue on.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do 25.
Yeah, why not?
Build it in. Constants, max questions. We should cancel this, but you know what? For now, if we detect like a back operation or something, or because they cancel the game, then we'll cancel the token. But for now, this is good. Now, before people freak out, yes, this is async void. There's nothing wrong with async void as long as you do this and realize that you cannot await the void.
That's so deep.
What's that?
You
can't await the void.
Can't await the void.
Yeah, it sounds very dark now that I think about it. Okay, so we're going to bring in a game context because we need to get that spun. So we'll do game context, start game. And then that is taking in our category. And right now, because John didn't correct me, our list of questions, which he can get mad about.
Answers. We gotta make them all answers.
I can refactor that. Don't worry. There we go. So that's going to start the game with the category that we chose, the questions. We've talked to AI. So AI is pretty much done at this point. We don't really need it after that fact, right?
Do we want what are we going to show at this point? Do we need an indicator that's like, stuff's loading?
Yeah, we need a loading indicator first. Indicator. Then we need to do a countdown.
Mm-hmm. I guess you don't really want to do the countdown until it's loaded because who knows if I was thinking you could do it during, but what if it takes longer? And
so why don't we do that with countdown start?
So like loading questions and then start the countdown.
3 seconds. 3 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably
I think that's fine because you're going to see loading questions and then you're going to be like, okay, getting ready.
So usually I just do this with an observable, but I won't pain John with RX, but you can have it tick through. And then after we've ticked 3 times and updated the same field, then we do nav. So right now we're going to do navigate to, we don't have our page ready. So main is that's going to be like our loading screen. Like here's the list of categories that we've predefined for you and probably our past games. Ready is where we already are at. So we have to make a game screen. So I think this is where we continue next week is
now
that we've got all of our services framed out, we can continue. We started the game. We can do the countdown, and then we can actually, hey, get to the game screen itself.
Now, I guess it's more kind of tidy to separate that out. But part of me is like, oh, isn't this just kind of the same screen?
It is, but you know what? It's the other thing is that you kind of need that loading because you may cancel out. And I think when we, if I think about the game screen, we got to inject our game context, another nav service. We're going to have a lot of timers running on that screen. Like there's the timer for like 60 seconds.
And
then
I guess
we want
the accelerometer gets wired up then. And
yeah, and there's just it's going to be
yeah,
in a loop.
fair.
Then there's also going to be like it's just like we can do the loading here very easily, still allow them to bail, and then keep. I mean, yes, it's the same. We could probably do similar UI stuff for sure, but I mean, we can go over there and have a much richer view model with all of our logic without having to complicate. Hey, what status are we in? Like when we get to that page, we're just going to say, here's the question, start the countdown, right?
Yeah.
And then we've even got to be checking that countdown. Like, are we in the last 10 seconds? Do we start vibrating the phone to freak the user out, right? So there's all this extra stuff we're getting into. And that's why I thought probably easier just to say, here's our starting or getting ready page. And then here's our, here's the game, go. That's the thinking.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Again, like I don't, there's no reason that's to not do it, but it's just, some of these times I'm like, oh, do I want to make a whole other page, a whole other view model if it's kind of like not that much extra. But I think, like you're saying, with all the stuff wired in there, it probably makes things a little bit nicer.
Right. So I think that's pretty good. We've done about an hour.
Yeah.
We said that's all we wanted to do, and these were going to be continuous because this is probably going to take us like 4 episodes to write.
Oh
right?
yeah, it's a bit of a journey, and like honestly, I think if you try and fly through it too quickly, it doesn't hit as well either. Like, and the reality is like some stuff like this takes some time to build, and that's okay.
I think we'll be able to build this rocket speed, honestly.
I think we're doing okay. No, but I don't think you want to build at rocket speed. I think you want to like take a bit and go through it.
Yeah. I think if I'm expecting anywhere,
the pieces are getting together, right? So like at some point you kind of hit the kind of critical mass, and it's like, oh, I just boom, 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 and now we're good.
Right. That's why I like to frame out those services, right? Because once you've got all that logic out of your way, you're just focused on the thing that you're building, right?
Yeah.
So the view model will facilitate all that service comm, and then all it's got to do is spin all those timers, listen to our accelerometer and our speech to text. I mean, I think it's going to be, I think it'll be pretty solid by the time we're done. The only thing I'm not sure about is we have to be able to record the crowd or like the group that is feeding us the answers. And we have to do that without the screen, like the video screen being live. Like it's recording, but it's the game screen that's up. So that's the only thing I don't think I've done. That might require some thought. And AI is probably too stupid to do it.
I don't know. Well, I mean, like you could do the cheap thing and probably anyway, and like throw if it needs to have like the video canvas to do it, because that's what like whatever plugin we can find that works for it. You just stick it under something else. I mean, it's ugly, there, but like
it's there, but it's things. Not.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess that's what we'll come to probably in the next couple of weeks is that recording thing. But that can almost come after the fact. Like that's
yeah. That to me feels like that's extra on top of everything. Like, do I want to watch back the recording? I am fine. It's neat if the other app does it. Like, yeah, we should investigate it. But that's not core functionality.
Well, and the cool thing is, again, is if we make that a service that's also got like a start and stop, it can be something as simple as start recording, end recording, and then we can implement that after. And again, there's no work. It's just it's on and then it's off. We probably pass it the ID. That's why I put the ID in the context, the game context, and so we can link all those things together. I think it'll be clean.
Yeah,
we'll get there.
Cool. And we'll try not to wait weeks again in between. vacations and life and stuff always seems to happen. But yeah, we'll get there.
We'll get there. People start listening again,
Yeah,
hopefully.
hopefully. Cool. All right.
If
Well,
you like
good place
us,
to leave off. Yeah.
do
Come
your
back next
closing,
time.
John. Come on, do your.
I don't
You
even.
used
I
to do
don't have
cloud
it
mumbles.
anymore. No, this is chill mode streaming. There's no
Oh, but
closers.
I liked the radio announcer. You used to do it really well, man.
I gotta have the pre-recorded version. I can't do it on the spot.
Oh,
I don't know
I'm
what
gonna
it
be
is.
bugging you about that, man. Come on,
Maybe
you did it so well. So,
queue them up next time.
all right, fine.
Cool. See y'all
All right,
later.
see ya.
Bye.
It still says we're recording, John. Just so
Yeah,
you
I
know.
gotta stop. Hit the stop button now.